Hey y'all, it's Sierra, aka Capricorn Moon Goddess, back with another video. So, this is gonna be it might be a reading or it might just be me giving y'all a message from my dream that I had, I guess this morning, like because I had it before I woke up. Um, so also disclaimer, I might sound like I'm out of breath, and it's because I am out of breath because I have a bad sinus infection right now and I cannot breathe at all. But um also that in and of itself is a message. It's about something is about to take your breath away. So you are attracting love right now that is going to take your breath away. First of all, this person is going to find you breathtaking, or if you're a man, whatever the masculine equivalent to that word is. But I feel like mostly women watch these anyway. So if you're a man and you watch these, or if you're a masculine energy and you watch these, you can substitute whatever the masculine equivalent of the words that I use. Because I'm a woman who dates men. So a lot of times the messages come to me that way. So, anyways, yeah, I'm thinking about Destiny's Child song Lose My Breath. But anyway, so the message is love is in the air and this is for people that have standards, okay? This is for people that you may have taken yourself out of the dating game for a little bit because you had to do some work on yourself, and maybe you realize there were some patterns in your relationships where certain things were going wrong. No, regardless of who you were in a relationship with, the same issues were happening, or you kept attracting toxic people, things of that nature. So you had to take some time to do some work on yourself. Most of my love readings or messages that I get are going to be for people who have done the work and evolved. Um, if you haven't done the work and evolved yet and you're still figuring things out, that's perfectly fine. If you're still in a cycle of going back to the same person over and over again and wanting to know how they feel about you and this and that, that's perfectly fine. I went through that cycle as well. So I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with you. But what I'm saying is these readings aren't for you. These readings are for people who have done the work on themselves and they are ready for something brand new. Okay. So, let me tell you about my dream last night or this morning. I don't know which one it was. So, I had a dream that I went out on my balcony. And if you all have watched my balcony makeover video, you all know that I redid my balcony. I decorated it really nice and fancy. And I had a whole bunch of beautiful flowers and plants on my balcony. Now, last year, all my plants died. We had all these weird freezes in Texas to where it would just freeze like randomly overnight. So a lot of people's plants were dying. Mine died. Also, I had two wasp nests on my balcony because I had a lot of colorful flowers, and I live in an apartment complex that has a lot of flowers and trees just on the grounds, period. So we get a lot of different animals, and we get blue jays all the time. We get ducks. Like, ducks literally come crash our pool all the time. We have two pools. They come crash the pools all the time. We get different types of butterflies, and we have squirrels that live here. Like, this is like where they live. Like, they outside playing with each other. All of that. It's like living in like some fairy tale like forest with a bunch of animals. Like, I'm thinking about Snow White when she was singing to the birds. It's kind of like that. But we also have a lot of wasps too because they're attracted to the flowers and the trees. So because I had so many different plants and stuff, they decided they was going to move in. And it got to a point where anytime I would open my balcony door, wasp would get in, and I'm literally like traumatized. Like if I hear the sound of buzzing, it would be like I would be working, minding my business, and I would hear this loud buzzing noise. Like the noise is so traumatizing to me. And it would be because wasps would get in, like no matter how careful I tried to be when I would open the door. So I just stopped going out there. We also had a lot of pollen, like more pollen than ever, and it was messing with my allergies. So I stopped going out on my balcony and tending to my flowers, which were dying anyway because the weather. So it's been something that's really, really been bothering me. Like I need to get my plants, get more plants to go on my balcony. I need to go like get rid of all the pollen and all of that out there. And I need to have my apartment office like send somebody to knock the wasp nest down. So that way I can enjoy my balcony again. So that's a long story, but I had to tell y'all the significance of that to the dream. So in my dream, I went out on my balcony and all of my flowers had rebloomed. I did not plant any new flowers. I did not go out there and get rid of the pollen was all gone. Like somebody cleaned up all the pollen for me because I swear I'm gonna have to wear a hazmat suit just to go out there with all the pollen. Somebody cleaned it up for me. All of my flowers rebloomed. I didn't even do any work to like make them rebloom. I did not get any new flowers. Nothing like that. There were some flowers I didn't even have there the first time. Some of them were new, like I've never seen them before. And I was like, oh, this is nice. Like, is somebody like cleaned it up for me too? Like, wow. And I also, when I woke up, I heard the song. It's called As, like AS by Stevie Wonder. However, if you're like me, you would probably think it would be called I'll Be Loving You Always, or I'll Be Loving You, or just Always, because it's that song where he's like, I'll be loving you always. That song. So I heard that when I woke up, and I'm like, why am I hearing music when I wake up? Like, that's weird. And it reminds me of that scene in Tyler Perry's movie. I don't remember which movie it is. It's the movie where her mom was like living vicariously through her, and Blair Underwood was her husband, and he was abusive, and he was like stealing her money and all of that. Dang, I can't remember the name of that movie. But when she woke up in the morning on that movie, she woke up to like violins playing and all of that. So we're going to ignore the toxic husband in that movie. But it reminded me of that scene where she woke up and she had like a whole orchestra in her room or in her bathroom. And they were like playing for her while she was, taking her bath and getting ready and all that. So that's what came to mind when I woke up. So that's just telling me like love is in the air, not the toxic kind. Okay, we're gonna ignore that Blair Underwood was toxic. Not the toxic kind, but the easy, just fresh, okay. Brand new, having like this new feeling of newness and refreshing, and somebody that is chivalrous and doing things for you. Like I said, somebody else cleaned up my balcony in that dream. I didn't do it. Somebody was kind enough to do it for me. And the reblossoming of the flowers is just showing that things are going to start opening up for you, even if you felt like, okay, I took the time out to work on myself. I took the time out to stick to my standards. That has caused years to go by without me being in a relationship. Am I getting too old? Am I going to die alone? First of all, the ones that I'm talking to, for the most part, you have accepted that you don't have to get married in this lifetime or married again in this lifetime if you're divorced, or you don't need another person. You want another person. If you can find somebody that works for you, that's good. You're open to that. You're not closed off to love, but you're also not desperate for it either. If it doesn't happen, basically what I'm saying, you're not going to lower your standards just to be with somebody and just to say, I'm not over 30 and single. Okay. You're not, I just want to have a woman or a man just to say I got one, because if I don't, society is going to look at me like a failure. You don't care what people have to say about that. Okay. Now, along with the flower situation, yesterday I actually got some plants and flowers from my neighbor, which he works one of his jobs. He has more than one job, but one of his jobs is at a nursery. So um I guess through conversation he realized like we both like plants and flowers. So like he just brings plants for me and flowers from his job. So I got some from him yesterday, and he was like, I have more. I just know you can't carry all of these. Cause look, he can't, I'm not about to let him bring them to me, like to my door, because I'm very protective. I don't want people like knowing exactly which apartment I'm in. So, he didn't want me to have to carry like too many to my apartment. So he only gave me like some of them, but he was like, I actually have more for you. And I just think that's really nice, really sweet, really chivalrous. Like he's been waiting because he told me he had him a while ago, but the way that we see each other is I'll be going to my car and he'll be on his balcony. So he's like talking to me from the balcony. So the first time he told me he had him, I was going somewhere. But he saw me again yesterday. Like, don't forget I got the flowers. So I got the flowers from him. And then I had a dream about my flowers blooming, and it wasn't those flowers he gave me. It was the flowers that died on my balcony that rebloomed. So people are just going to be nicer to you. People are just going to be giving stuff to you. Everywhere I go, people are extremely nice to me, and I get personalized service. They make a point to know my name, or they make a point to know what I like. And when I come back, they're recommending things to me based on what they know I like. Everybody is extremely nice to me. And I'm not saying it as in flirtation. It's just, wow, people are so nice. Like, and people really like want to make sure that I have good service. They compliment me like, "Oh, you look really nice today. I like your makeup. I like your hair. I like your outfit." Like everywhere I go, people are complimenting me. Or trying to make sure that I have personalized service. Like even the mailman, for whatever reason, he remembers my name. I guess he saw my name on my packages. So if he sees me walking around, he'll be like, "Hey, I delivered a big package to the lockers for you." I'm like, "How you know my name?" To connect my face with the name on the package. But people just find out stuff about you. People are curious about you. People want to know more. People know a lot more about you than you think because people like pay attention to you. And I don't like attention like that. So I'm like, it's always alert to me like how you know my name, or how you know which apartment number is mine, how you know this package was mine. Like I really don't like a lot of attention, but I get a lot of attention because I'm small. I'm 4'11", y'all. So I think people be looking like, are you adult or are you a kid? But you might notice you're getting a lot of attention lately. People are being extremely nice to you. And that's because you feel good and you're a positive person yourself. So your energy is attracting people that are positive, and people want to have positive interactions with you. Like people look forward to seeing you. Like if I don't go to a place that I normally go to, like let's say I skip a day or two, and then when I come back they're like, "Hey, I haven't seen you, where you been?" Like the workers are like, "Where have you been?" "Oh yeah, I decided to go somewhere else the past couple days, but I'm back." People like look forward to seeing you because you might be that customer that's extremely nice to them, or that doesn't make them feel bad about their job or try to make them feel beneath you. You're a very humble, nice, kind person. You probably smile a lot. I smile a lot. So people tend to take that as me flirting sometimes. I just like to smile. I just like to laugh. With me, you either gonna get a smile and a laugh, or you're gonna get nothing. Okay. It's no in between. So people just are being a lot nicer to you now. Even if you're not feeling cute that day or handsome that day, or you're not sure about your outfit that day, somebody is going to give you external validation. I get a lot of external validation. So let's say I'm like, I don't like my outfit today. I don't know if it looks cute, but I'm just going to wear it because I don't feel like changing. It's going to be several people that day that tell me how cute my outfit looks. Not because I'm looking for it, it's just something about my energy that I'm in right now is bringing that forth. So even if you're not walking around extremely confident, you're going to be receiving a lot of external validation from people just telling you, you look good today, you look handsome today, I like your hair, I like your perfume, I like your cologne, I like your energy. Like, people just gonna be just wanting to randomly just come up to you and give you compliments. So make sure you're open to receiving compliments, make sure you're open to receiving gifts. What I noticed about myself, my neighbor that gave me those flowers, I was like, oh, I'm about to go to my apartment and get you a candle. Like, I felt like I need to learn how to take gifts and how to take stuff from people, like people being nice to me without me feeling like, oh, I need to give you something in return because I don't want to owe you. So I'm working on being able to receive gifts. Okay. If you want chivalry, make sure you're open to being able to receive it. Make sure you're open to being able to receive and let go of control all the time. Okay. If you've been asking for that and you've been wanting that, you got to make sure you're open to it and work on becoming comfortable with people giving things to you and giving you compliments and randomly sending you money and this and that. Like, random gifts. You might start getting free stuff. I get free stuff all the time. Like, if it's not because of me, it's because my son's with me. People give me free stuff because I have my son with me a lot too. Like, oh my God, he's so cute. Like, here, like, do you want to have this or does he want to have this? So, like, you might just get a lot of free stuff. Or people may buy things for you. People may do things like, my friend and I were at an event on Cinco de Mayo and it was packed. You could not find a table anywhere. And we were trying to like eat our food and drink our drink. And it's like you kind of have to stand up, but somebody like gave us their table. So people just want to do nice things for you. That can be a sign that you are attracting that love that you want. If you've been attracting chivalry, if you've been attracting reciprocal love where you do things for that person and they do things for you, if you've been attracting someone who understands your love language and goes out of their way to communicate with you that through your love language or show that they care about you through your love language, not through their love language, they know what your love language is, and therefore they make an effort to show you they love you through that, because a lot of people try to love people with their own love language. That's kind of backwards. Like, if you know somebody likes acts of service, then it's not going to matter if you keep giving them all these big fancy gifts, because that is not their love language. That's how you like to show love, but that is not how they like to receive love. But what would make more sense is if you give them acts of service and then they give you gifts because they know you like gifts. Like, so you're going to find somebody who is really just knows a lot about you, takes the time to figure things out, and pays attention to the subtle little things that you like. Okay. They might bring you your favorite candy. I went on a date once. This guy brought me some Twizzlers and some Werthers because everybody makes fun of me, like, you like old people candy. But I like the little Werther's caramels and I like Twizzlers. So he brought me some of those. And I was like, oh, that's nice. Like, you don't get little things like that. People like to make it seem like women in particular want too much. And really, a lot of times we want a lot of small, simple things over the big, grandiose things. We still like that too. But a lot of the little small, day to day, everyday little things really would go a long way with a lot of women. So you're going to find somebody that does that kind of stuff, but they still do grandiose gestures for you as well. This is another message about sticking to your standards. Okay. I have men that have been arguing with me the past couple days on Facebook about this Ebony K. Williams bus driver thing, not understanding that She can have whatever standards she wants to have. You can have whatever standards you want, and somebody else can have whatever standards they want. Even if you feel like their standards are outlandish and stupid and they're never going to get what they want, that is their business, not yours. So you may have had people trying to tell you, like people tell me all the time, why you been single for so long? Like, why don't you date men? Like, why are you being so picky? I'm not being picky. I'm just, first of all, not focused on dating right now. I'm open to it now. I wasn't open to it before at all. I was focused on my money, period. My career, my money, my business, my child. I was not pressed to be out there in a relationship. So people may be like, why are you not serial dating right now? Or if you don't have kids, why don't you have kids right now? Even with me, I have one kid. People are like, why do you only have one kid? Like everybody is trying to put their standards on you and you have stuck to your standards. Like if I'm going to enter the dating world, if I'm going to take my attention off of the other things that are important to me, then I'm not going to do it for just anybody. Okay? So you may have people that have been telling you your standards were too high and you need to settle. You need to stop being so ridiculous. Okay. My dream last night was telling me, nah, stick to your standards because look, you still got everybody groveling at your feet. Okay. If you want to go date somebody, it's not going to be a problem for you to get out there and date. As a matter of fact, one of the men that was arguing with me about Ebony K. Williams having too high of standards was somebody who wanted to date me. How the heck you wanted to date me, but you always arguing with me about women having a right to have standards and their standards, mainly when it comes to money. Like something about money and women triggers him for whatever reason. I don't know. He's very intelligent, very artistic, very smart. I believe he does have money. I don't think he's out here broke or anything, but for whatever reason, that topic just triggers him. And it's funny to me, but it's like, how you want to like date me and see if we can work out, but we have such a big difference on how we see this. No, that ain't gonna work for me. That ain't gonna work for me. Like he tried to convince me it would still work. No, we ain't gonna be able to be having two drastically different views on this topic. We're gonna have to get that together before I waste my time dating you and before you waste your time dating me, because obviously I might not be what you're looking for either. So even the people that try to argue with you and tell you you're wrong or whatever, they still want you to. Maybe they want you to relax your standards so they have a chance. I don't know. So don't listen to people that are, you know, if you're being ridiculous or not. Like I said, my messages are people that have done a lot of subconscious work, unconscious work, very self-aware. You know if you're being ridiculous or not. I'm not talking to people that are impressionable. I'm not talking to people that are easily swayed. And the reason why you're not easily swayed is not because you're stubborn. It's because you know exactly who you are and can't nobody tell you about you. You have done the work that needed to be done, period. People love to act like just because you know who you are, you don't know how to take constructive criticism. You know exactly who you are, okay? So don't let somebody make you feel bad about not settling, okay? You know who you are and you know the type of person you want to be with, and you are manifesting that. So that was a long explanation of my dream. Let's see if we have any messages from the cards. Although that was pretty much it. Oh, I forgot to go over the lyrics. So Stevie Wonder's song As, one of the verses is until 8 plus 8 plus 8 equals 4. Like I'll be loving you until 8 plus 8 plus 8 equals 4. He said that because 8 plus 8 plus 8 is never going to equal 4. But the reason why that stood out is 888. 888 has been my number lately. That's the number of abundance. Okay, you're going to have abundance of different offers coming in. Like I said, people being nice to you, kind to you, loving to you, just giving you compliments and giving you things, gifts and all that. That's coming to you in abundance. Okay, so that is in that song 888. Also, what else is in there? Let me see. Y'all should listen to that song. That's a good song. I texted myself because I was listening to it in the car. Oh, he said rosebuds bloom in early May. So it's early May right now. And I just had a dream about my flowers reblooming. So that song was confirmation for what I said. The song is about love. Somebody that's going to love you always is on their way to you. And it might be triggered right now. You might start triggering that right now because he said rosebuds bloom early in May. Okay. My dream was about flowers blooming, and it's early May right now. Why we just get apple blossoms? Okay, so the word blooming and the word blossoms is very important here. You can look up what that word means. I mean, it typically means opening up, flowering, but you can look up the other meanings. So it says choices, knowledge, and illumination. White are the flowers of apple tree that brings us fruits of fertility. Okay. So fertility. Okay. Like I said, you are manifesting the things that you wanted when it comes to love. Also, choices, knowledge, and illumination. You see that first word, choices? Okay. You are a choosy lover. Choosy lover. You don't just allow anybody in. You are very selective. And people have tried to make you feel bad about that. And that is exactly what you were supposed to be doing. Okay. So don't let people make you feel bad about that. We have false indigo, immersion, and intuition. You're very intuitive when it comes to dating people. Okay, you take the time to look into their aura, and you might look at their zodiac signs and this and that, but like the true birth chart readings, not just, oh, you're a Taurus and I'm no, you understand like the true meanings of the different signs, and you may look into like their sun, moon, and rising, and not just the sun. You may look into their Venus to see what their love language is. It says when you reach the end of what you should know, you will be at the beginning of what you should sense. Okay, like I said, you've done the work on yourself. You're self-aware. So now you might be able to meet somebody and immediately know, oh, they're not for me, because you have built up that intuition. Okay. So you're somebody who intuitively dates. You don't ignore signs or how you feel. We have morning glory, affection and determination. The morning glory, which blooms for a day, differs not at heart from the giant pine that lives for 1,000 years. The morning glory, which blooms for a day, differs not at heart from the giant pine that lives for 1,000 years. That's interesting. So it's saying just because the pine lasts longer and the morning glory, it blooms for a day. I'm assuming it blooms for a day and then it closes up, but then it reblooms, because I have some plants that do that. They bloom for a certain time of the day, then they close up, and then they rebloom again. So I think that's what they're saying with this morning glory. So yeah, you may have some option that's okay. I get what it's saying now. It took a while. So you're not the type of person, and you may have been this type of person back then, but now you're not the type of person that looks over things just because you invested time. You're not going to look over red flags or somebody mistreating you or doing you wrong because you invested time. Like, oh, I've been with this person for 2 years, so even though I feel like this is not the right person for me, I already invested all this time. I done built him up or her up. I'm not about to leave this person now so somebody else can benefit from the work that I did. Like, you're not the type that is just looking at the longevity of the relationship, because you understand that people can be in a relationship for a super long time. Because a lot of times people look at that as, oh, well, you've been in a relationship for 10 years, so you're an expert on relationships. Not necessarily, because you don't know if that's been a 10-year toxic relationship. So you're not out here just about to settle for anything just because you invested time. You'll move on if you need to move on. I can't say the name of this word of this flower. It's Coreopsis, Coreopsis, Coreopsis. It's also known as tick seed. Always joyful. Write it on your heart that every day is the best day of the year. Okay, so you may be a person that does manifestation journaling or scripting. You may have scripted out how you're going to wake up every day and what your relationship is going to look like. I wake up every day and flowers are blooming and I hear the birds chirping and my spouse is in the kitchen cooking breakfast for me, and I go in and we hug each other, and I ask them if there anything I need to do for them for the day, and they say no. You just chill out and relax. Like, you might be the type of person that scripts, or you have a vivid imagination. Okay, I'm gonna be doing a video on spatial intelligence, having a vivid imagination. So you're able to like see exactly what it is that you want in a relationship. So that is going to be coming a reality for you. Let's see. Let me leave it there because this is long already. Oh, we have devotion and dreams fulfilled, garden heliotrope. Devotion and dreams fulfilled. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. We've been talking about dreams this whole time, the dream that I had. We've been talking about manifestation and scripting. Okay. You believe that you should have what you deserve, even though people try to tell you that you're being too picky. We have lily, majesty, and virtue. The lily is the emblem rare of many virtues. What? The lily is the emblem rare of many virtues, good and rare. What? Some of these quotes on here, you got to read twice. Like, what? Okay, so even though, because I feel like people are telling you you're too picky or your standards are too high, because it is rare to be able to receive the type of love that you're looking for. It's not just out there in abundance, but that still doesn't mean that you're not going to receive it. So yes, it may be rare, and people feel like they're just being logical when they tell you to lower your standards. It might be rare, but it's still for you. Okay, you can have that rare type of love that is so rare people don't even believe in it, and they think you're crazy for believing in it. So that's what I have for you all. Keep on sticking to your standards, keep on being nice and positive, doing things that keep you in a high vibration. I just got a record player, so I'll be playing my classical music on my record player now. So, do stuff like that. I think I'm gonna post my classical music playlist on the community section. Watch love movies and all of that stuff that gets you in a nice happy mood. Okay, learn how to accept gifts from people. You're gonna have so many people giving you gifts and just doing nice things. Learn how to accept compliments. People are going to be giving you compliments left and right. Okay, be open to receiving love. You may have been a little closed off before, but be open to receiving love, and maybe you will be giving people a chance that don't normally fit your what you would like date. Okay, because I did keep hearing the song from Twilight. I don't know what it's called, but it's on one of the Twilight movies towards the end. And in Twilight, it talks about people that aren't necessarily meant to be together. It's called 1,000 Years. Okay, 1,000 Years. I listened to the piano version by Piano Man Sam. Okay, it's the song that's on Twilight, and we know on Twilight she was human and he was like a vampire, whatever. They weren't supposed to be together, but they were together anyway. So you may find love somewhere that you won't even think you will, with somebody you never would have thought. Okay, so just be open. Gratitude keeps coming out with the bellflower. So be gracious. Okay. Gratitude makes sense of your past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. So you don't feel bitter about your past relationships that didn't work out. You understood they were there to teach you a lesson, and you learned the lesson, and you're grateful for that. So stay in that energy, and you are going to have everything that you're looking for. Okay. So just keep living life, doing you. Don't focus too hard on it to where you push it away. Just keep doing what you've been doing. This is confirmation that you've been doing things right. So thank you for taking the time to watch. If this resonated with you, please let us know in the comment section if you feel comfortable doing so. Also, please like, share, and subscribe, and have a great rest of your day. Toodles.